Hello everyone, welcome back to day 28 of the 100 days of UI design. Today is going to be a very special, very animated, super duper fun UI design. So just hold on to your hats because this is going to be one of the most fun, amazing, awesome UI designs we've ever done in an extremely long amount of time. Let's just get started with this absolutely insane, get started with this absolutely amazing live stream today. Let's just really quickly jump into the demo that we have. Today is going to be super duper awesome because I know the demo we've planned. So this is the UI we're making, but it's not just this simple. It has a ton of animations, a ton of super duper cool stuff that's just going to blow your mind. This is a very fancy version of the modern slider, and it's just the most modern take on it ever. It just changes the way you look at sliders completely. The level of animation on here is completely insane, just super duper awesome. The level of these circles just popping out from the center, these images changing, backgrounds having these wonderful splashes. Have you seen any slider at all just be this fancy and this finished and this well made? Because I sure haven't, and this is going to be one of the most insane UI designs we've ever done in an extremely long amount of time. So let's just get started at this with what we're making today. Say hi in the chat, everybody, because this is going to be one of the most fun, one of the most amazing UI design streams we've ever done in an extremely long amount of time. Without wasting any further time, let's just get right into it. So to get started, we're just going to go to our browser, whichever browser you're using, and search for really simply search for Figma downloads, because of course we're going to be making this in Figma. So let's just get Figma downloads with us today. And now that we've gotten figma.com/downloads, you're going to complete your downloads from the desktop app for macOS or Windows. And once you're done with that, now your Figma will be installed. And since your Figma is installed, you will be greeted with a screen that kind of looks like this. So you're just going to click on the blue button, create new design file, and that's just going to create a completely new design file for you. Again, super duper fun stuff. Alright, now that we have Figma installed, we are going to get our images. Now these images can be found from the Discord group, which is given in the live chat, pinned comment and description. This is where you're going to find all of the assets for a complete 100 days of the UI design challenge. This challenge has been going on for the last 28 days. It's going to continue on for another 72 days. 100 minus 28 is 72, and you can find all of the images, every single piece of asset, every single thing that we've ever used in the Discord group. So just join the Discord group really quickly, download your images, download Figma, and let's just get started. So this is going to be what you find when you download this file. Today we are making this super duper amazing, modern, awesome take on the modern slider UI design. Just check out the complete splash animation that goes on right from the center. These semi-transparent circles that basically just blow your mind. I am such a huge fan of the UI design that we're making today, and it's just going to be completely awesome. Let's just make this smaller, go back to our new Figma design file, and just get started. Since this is a desktop UI, we are going to use a full screen 1920 by 1080 pixels. Let's just put this right here and change the width and height to 1920 by 1080 pixels of width and height. And once we've taken care of that, this is when we can get our actual UI design work started. So we need to download a couple of images first. We're just going to get group 3, which is the logo for this UI design, and also we're just going to jump into one of these folders. Let's do chocolate, and we're going to download all of these images. Again, say hi everybody in the chat, because this is going to be super duper fun, so awesome of a live stream. It's just going to completely blow your mind. This is going to be an amazing live stream to attend if you want to change your UI design skills from meh to wow. Alright, let's just get started. We're going to click on Ctrl-Shift-K, and that's just going to take all of our images from our downloads folder, which is where we've downloaded all of our images right now. Let's just get our logo in here first. Really simply, nothing complicated at all. And also we're going to change the background color of this page to, let's do brown, because we've obviously chosen chocolate, which has a theme color of brown, to say the least. Alright, this is a good brown. You can choose any brown you like. no specific restrictions on it whatsoever. One of the best things about installing these images from our Discord group is that you don't have to worry about scaling these images. You don't have to worry about making them bigger or smaller. They're just there and they work together super duper well. So that's definitely an advantage. Now let's just really quickly start with our images, because images at the end of the day are going to tell us what the layout of this UI is going to be. So first of all, let's just straight right out of the bat, we'll just get the very first image, which is actually a logo. So I should have said, which is actually an icon. So I should have said icons, but I just forget. So let's just go to plugins and widgets from the resources button and get Iconify, which is the most wonderful plugin if you're looking for logos ever. Let's just search for the search icon. Say hi everybody in the chat, because today is going to be an awesome UI design build. And also, if we complete 400 subscribers by 25th of this month, which is just in like 3-4 days, it's going to be a really special surprise for the beginners in UI design. It's just going to be the best surprise ever. So just watch out for that. All right, now let's just get this image to the sides, get this shifted absolutely to our sides, place this right here, and make this screen bigger. Now make this logo bigger, and we'll also increase the size of the fonts to 3, which should be fine. Super duper amazing, modern, awesome take on the modern style UI design. Just check out. I hope the audio isn't echoing anymore. Hello? Is this audible? Hello? Is this audible? Alright, so we are back on track. Let's just get a very simple logo from Iconify, my favorite place for icons ever in the whole world. And now that we've taken care of this icon, we can finally jump back to our UI. Again, this is a very simple UI up until now, just a basic base color and also the logo, which we've gotten from the Discord group downloads folder. So just join the Discord group, which you can find in the first linked pinned comments and also description. Click on Ctrl+Shift+K, and that's going to allow you to get all of these images, which we also downloaded from the chocolate folder of the Discord group. You can find all of these assets in the Discord group. Let's just get all of these images on the screen first, and then we can think about how to organize them, how to make them work. Let's just get these out right away. I'm going to get the first image now, and just place this image right here, completely in the center. Don't worry if your logo isn't perfectly positioned. It will get fixed with time, and we're just placing these images here right now. Let's send this image behind. Let's send both of these splash images behind our main image, because that is going to fix things for us. Let's just right click and send it to back. We'll also right click this image and send it to back. And now that the extra parts are behind this image, we can finally be relaxed about the circumscribing part of images, the part that just overlaps. Let's just shift these images by a couple of pixels. If you guys have any questions at all related to UI design in the whole world, just let me know really quickly in the comments. Let's just get all of these images very simply, sort of place them in the center, as much of a center as you can give them. This image has to be aligned to the center, and then you can just basically place these images maybe not in the center. That works completely fine as well. These are, again, images that we've gotten from the Discord group. First link in the pinned comments and description. Sammy asks why I don't use manual layout. What is manual layout? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Could you expand on that? Anyways, we're going to leave a space of 66 pixels on to the left and also 65 pixels at the top. So you can just press the Alt key to get this red super useful resource, which I just learned of a couple of days ago. We've got 2 copies of this same image, which let's just get rid of one of these. Let's just shift this above by a couple of pixels and also press the Alt key and make sure this is set to exactly 100. Alignment is super duper necessary, especially if you're just working with UIs, because if your stuff isn't aligned in a very good manner, then it's definitely going to bring you a lot of trouble. Let's just group this together. And now this, when you click on Alt, it's going to make sure everything is perfectly spaced and perfectly aligned. This works perfectly. Again, you guys, now let's just shift this completely in the center, place this completely in the center, shift these images, and this is when we're starting to go advanced with stuff. So this was the most basic setup ever, and now we're just going to keep on increasing the intensity of the level of UI design that we're making. So now we're going to get another special image from the Discord group. By the way, check this out, it's in the pinned comments. You're going to go to the folder which you've gotten from the Discord group. You're going to get two main images. This is the logo, which we already placed, and then we're going to get this image, which is Explore More, which is an advanced version of Explore More. So I'm just going to explain what I'm talking about really quickly. Again, if you guys have any questions related to UI design, make sure to leave them in the comments. Let's just zoom in really quickly. Place this right here. Make sure to align it perfectly with this image as well, because when these things are perfectly aligned, it's only then that it works. You can make this using the Arc plugin in Figma, but it takes a lot of times, and also the Arc plugin is limited to I think 3 or 10 trials, which is why I just made this Explore More section, and basically I've exported this as an image and now I use it every single place. Again, you just type out Explore More delights and add a dot in the center, just so you have a sense of where it is completing, and also add this icon. Maybe you can draw it, maybe you can use the Iconify plugin. Both of those are completely valid ways of working. You can just align this a little bit more in the center if you want to, and that should hopefully fix a lot of things for us. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to get a lot of text here. So that's going to be the obvious next step, because this is the UI we're building today. Super duper elegant, super duper fun, super duper amazing. So we're just going to get a little bit of text. Today's text, by the way, today's text is going to be so amazing, because the fonts that we're using today are something we've never ever used before. The first font that we're using, the title font, serif font, is actually Ivy Aura Display. We've never used it because Playfair Display was just my favorite for a really long time, and it still is, but Ivy Aura Display is one of those fun advanced fonts which you can try if you want to. Let's just Chocolate Delight, let's just change this name right here really simply. Again, if you guys have any questions at all related to UI design, we can just talk about them right now. And let's just increase the font size as well to, let's do 126. 126 should be fine. Align this again completely in the center. Make sure to shift it above by a couple of pixels. Send it to the back if you need to. Actually, we all need to. Let's just make sure it is behind our image and shift it by a couple of pixels below. So we'll take this, right click and send it to the back. Shift it down by a couple of pixels. If you like what we're doing, make sure to subscribe. If we reach 25 subscribers, sorry, 400 subscribers by the 25th of this month, which happens in like 3-4 days, we will do something extremely special for the beginners in UI design. So that is happening. Something super duper special, something that's very hands-on, way more inclusive than anything we've ever done on this channel. Just extremely fun as a beginner in UI design. And this is going to boost your portfolio, give you practical experience in the industry, super fun stuff coming up. And we're just going to make sure our splash images are perfectly aligned. Now, this is the part where we're going to add our text. Our text is also using a very special font today. This is called Manrope. I hadn't explored this before. It looks quite similar to Rubik, but it is a lot better than Rubik in a lot of different ways. We're just going to copy the text. You can just type this out. Take a moment to just type this text out. Really simple stuff. Just paste it right here, and also, you know what, let's just paste this right here without any formatting so I can show you what formatting we're going to use. Let's just zoom in, place this text right here, and right click and paste here in matte style. So that's just going to give us the last style that we just used. The font has to be Manrope, so we're just going to change this text to Manrope. Manrope. This is the font that we're using today. The font size obviously needs to be reduced by an extremely large number, so 32 is going to be the font size that we're using today. Align this to the right side, and also make sure everything is just perfectly centered in this beautiful box. If you're not getting this working, if you have some weird spacing like this, make sure to click on this button that just aligns your height. Do not click on this button that gives you one single line of text. Quite irritating, to be honest. We're just going to place this here so that it just is visible, nothing more. Just has to be visible and also perfectly aligned with our icon on the other side. So we're just going to click on the Alt key, check if we have 100 pixels of spacing. If we do not, use your arrow keys to make sure you do. Also, we're going to make this text just wrap completely around, and this is the best things with Figma and UI design as a whole. You can always choose how much of the space is used to wrap what around what, and then that just provides the perfect map if you're a developer as well. So we're just going to place this right here. A little bit of circumscribing actually gives it the feel that we're going for. So with that sorted out, let's just really quickly go back and now look at the most cool animation effect that we're ever using. So the reason this UI actually looks so well is because this wonderful splash animation of a couple of circles just plays out, and this is the part I'm super duper excited to show you guys today. If you're excited as well, if you all are excited as well, just type out that you're excited in the comments, and we're going to talk about this super duper amazing splash effect in the whole world. So let's just get started on that. To get to the core of what we're building today, it has at its very core 3 very simple circles, which are actually white but with reduced opacities. And also, instead of having a background color in my actual frame, this is actually a very large circle, much bigger than my screen, and every single time you change the screen, that circle becomes extremely small, and another circle which is full on of the different color, extremely large as well, comes up. So that's the way we deconstruct this. So the way we're going to build this out is we're going to firstly at its very beginning, we're just going to go right here, choose an ellipse because circles are what we're building today, place this right here, and then make sure to click on the shift key. That makes sure your width and height is always equal. Make sure to make the circle extremely large, just extremely oversized, and just zoom in, completely zoom in, place it in the center, and also make sure the color is exactly the shade of brown which we used for the frame. And now we don't need that shade of brown anymore, so we're just going to get rid of that color as a whole. And now we're just going to make sure this ellipse is in the background of basically everything. So now this is exactly the same feel which we had in the beginning, and we're also going to make 3 different circles. All are white with reduced opacities, and I'm going to get into that really quickly. So let's just make a circle. Make sure your width and height is equal, otherwise it is not a circle anymore, it is an oval. We're going to change this color to white and also reduce the opacity by a whole lot. Let's just increase this size, and always make sure to set this. No, I don't want sticky keys windows. Right click and send it to the back. This just works perfectly. Just always make sure it's ahead of this circle. What is this image? This image has to be in front of everything else. So this circle is the big circle which is in the background. This is the small circle which we just made. We're going to drag this above. I think my image is actually in the way, so I'm just going to make this smaller really quickly. Let's just make it shift to the other side, and now hopefully this is visible. So basically you want this to be the second thing, you want the bigger circle to be the first thing that's at the very base of this frame. You want this smaller circle to be the second thing, and now we're just going to duplicate this a couple of times. Don't worry if it doesn't look too good right now, it doesn't have to. We're just going to do this 3 different times. Make sure the difference between this and this and this is equal. That gives it a sense of equal unison that nothing else ever does. Let's just get all of these circles perfectly in order, and we're just going to click on this button and also this button. They're just going to automatically align everything for us, and this number, which is the opacity number of the white color, has to be really low, as low as 8, 10, 12, and nothing higher than that. So of course right here we're using much bigger circles, so we'll just increase the size of the circles. The first and most important thing was obviously to get these circles right. Let's just increase the size and also reduce the size of these circles again. Just change the size of these circles by a couple of pixels, make them smaller. Oops, let's just take all of these circles, group them together, and align them perfectly in the center. And also inside of the group we need to make sure everything is perfectly aligned in the center, so we're just going to select everything and align stuff in the center perfectly as well. So we're just going to get the circle which is in the center. Where did you go? This is the circle that's perfectly in the center. Make sure the distance between this and this and this and this is absolutely equal. Let's just get this circle right here, make it smaller once again. make it smaller, get this group, perfectly align everything in the center, and also perfectly align everything right here. Make this circle smaller. In fact, it just has to go out of the screen ever so slightly. And also this is a very high percentage. You want to keep it as low as like 10, nothing higher than that. Just make sure everything is perfectly aligned in the center, nothing more than that. And that is at its very core. In fact, I think this number is even lower. See, it's just 4%. So why did I get this right here? Let's just remove this, and we're going to reduce this number by a whole lot now. So 4% should be good as far as the circle is concerned. We're just going to make this a little bit bigger, place this right here again, and reduce the font size here as well. So we're just going to change the size to 28, and also place this perfectly to be aligned, and this just works perfectly. This is the first frame that we're building today. Super duper fun to make, and just so amazing as a frame overall. Now this is when the parts get interesting, and this is going to be a super sweet UI that we're building today. Now let's just start by very quickly changing the color which is in the background, and that's all that we need to do. So the next thing that we're going to build out is actually a cupcake of a strawberry flavor. So we're just going to have to change this color to light pink. Again, if there's any issue with the voice or anything, you guys just let me know. Let's just get a shade of light pink, and this doesn't have to be very specific as far as which shade. You can just choose any cute light pink color that you want. I think this looks quite nice. And now one topic that you need to make sure of is this brightness will have to be increased, because pink is a lighter color than brown, so this has to be up by a whole lot. 12 or 15% is the bare minimum, and that should hopefully settle things. Now we're just going to change all of these images. Let's just get these images from the Discord group. In the Discord group, you will find the day 28 assets for all of these 100 days. So just get your assets. You're going to find the assets for all of the days of UI design, including day 28. This is day 28 of the 100 days of UI design. Super duper fun stuff. Let's just download all of these images really quickly. Again, if you haven't joined the Discord group yet, go ahead, join the Discord group, because that's where you're going to get all of the images. Do not miss out. Let's just change all of these images really quickly. Go to this image, click on to upload from computer. It says choose image. It used to say choose image back in the days. I don't know when. Have any of you guys tried out this Figma UI, this new UI which just came in? Has anyone just tried this out, or is it just me? Show of hands. Who's tried it out? Just type I've tried it out in the comments, or just type I in the comments, because I'm just so amazed at everything that's just so new, especially with the new Figma layout. Let's just download all of these for viruses without checking for viruses. Anyways, let's just replace these couple of images, and believe me, by the end this will look super duper fabulous, super duper cool. Let's just get the other image in here as well. Open this up, place this right here, and also change this image really quickly. And also we're going to change this image here as well. Change this color to pink. Say hi in the chat, everybody, because today is going to be super duper fun, because we're building out one of the most amazing UIs we've ever done on this channel. Make sure to get your pink from the frosting and sort of just get a lighter shade from there. Let's just try to get the best light shade that you can. The best part about using these semi-transparent circles is that every single time they end, they automatically radiate this really dark border, which sort of feels like a gradient but is not. Super duper fun stuff, super duper cool stuff. And now we're going to duplicate this a bunch of times. The reason we are duplicating these a bunch of times is because A, we need to design like 5 different slides, which is again important stuff, and B, what was B? Yes, B was this is also because the animation is going to require a couple of different, all of the slides to be ready before we get into breaking it down at all. Let's just get all of this text. You can just wait and sort of copy and paste it if you guys want to. I'm just not lazy enough, so I'm actually very lazy about typing stuff out, and also it just takes an extremely long amount of time, especially on stream. So I'm just going to skip all of the typing. You can choose the pink for as long as you like. if I wait around, it's going to just take me the whole day to choose one good color. Prachi asks which software I'm using. I'm using Figma. In the beginning of this stream, we've talked about how you can download it, how you can install it, how you can get your PC set up. The next part is going to be actually Perfect Pistachio. So we're just going to change the text to say that, and also why is this not perfectly aligned in the center? Let's just align everything in the center, and also change the fonts. I'm just copying and pasting text at this point because why not? Of course, this is going to be green later, but we're just marking stuff out right now to get it perfectly aligned. And we're just going to send this behind and also change the text. Again, super duper fun as a UI design effect. You can just use this in your portfolio, and that's a really good project. We're also going to be coming up with a tutorial on how to get your own case studies and portfolio set up. So if you're interested in that, just Ayushman, I've gotten these images from our Discord group. You can join the Discord group from the pinned comments in the live chat, and that gives you access to 100 days of complete high quality amazing images. Just really quickly join in, and you can just find all of these images. Yes, I do create the graphics that I use in my video. I actually, which graphics are you talking about? Are you talking about the graphics on the border of this whole town, or are you talking about these? Because I've made all of the graphics, so why am I differentiating? I do make all the graphics. Anyways, now that we've figured out this, let's just do one last slide and we're going to be done. The one from editing, is this, are you talking about the animated videos by any chance? Bodhit says hi, hello, welcome. Today we're designing a super duper cool UI design, super duper fun stuff. Let's just get me shifted to the other side and also change the colors really quickly. Change the text. Why would we change the colors? Actually, we need to change the colors. Let's just go to text, copy all the text, and also paste it right here where we need to place it. Again, we are holding very soon, we are holding a complete 3 or maybe 5 day series. I'm not 100% decided on the length yet. Series for beginners in UI design to basically work on a hands-on project, and there are going to be like follow along, and there are going to be prizes and stuff. So again, this is going to be one of the coolest hands-on experiments we've ever done on this channel in UI design on the internet as a whole. We're going to be designing a complete SaaS app, which is an e-learning SaaS, which is based on games. So game-based e-learning SaaS app, complete build, landing page, which is extremely long as well, like very thorough, dashboard figured out, and also games which we're going to be using for the e-learning landing page. If you guys are excited about that, let me know in the comments right now. Let's just make sure our green is dull enough, because the thing with green is it is always very bright, very in your face, but it usually needs to be quite dull, especially if you're working with images like these. So we're just going to get this really dull of a shade of green, and also let's just get this is a really light shade of green, which I do like. You know what, we could just work on the green for a couple of minutes and just decide, or we could get our image and then pick a color from there. So let's just get all of our colors figured out. Even if it isn't the perfect color match, it's fine. We are going to work on it after we import our images. This is just to differentiate which color we're using and when, and so that's just the ultimate goal here. This is an orange, which looks fine as well. And finally, we're going to be using a really off-white yellow kind of shade. The thing with this really off-white, light yellow, baby yellow sort of shade is that you need to have an extremely high number in your white circles percentage here, otherwise nothing is visible, because this is the very vanilla color. Let's just see the colors I used, because at this point it's quite hard to figure out. This is FFFFD2, which is a really cool color. If you're looking for off-white combos, just copy it right here, and also change this circle visibility opacity value to like 45, extremely high numbers, but you need them to make sure your whole thing is visible. We can dial it down always to 35% maybe, and also change the colors to, in fact, let's just change this green as well because it's annoying me now. Let's get a really light green and then sort of make it muddy. This looks perfect. This looks fine. Alright, now we're going to get our images really quickly. If you don't have the images yet, what are you doing? Go join the Discord group right now. Go get all of the images. Super cool stuff every single day. You get access to all of the 100 days of UI design, all of the images that we've ever used. Make sure these additional images A1, B1 are actually behind the cupcake image, which actually gives it the whole splash effect that we're trying to go for. Rotate these images if you need to, align them perfectly, and that just takes your whole UI to a completely different level. Make sure these A and B images are behind your main image, which is always very helpful. Let's just shift it by a couple of pixels. Again, if any of you are building along to all of these UIs, whatever UIs you're building along to, make sure to share them in the Discord group, because really quickly we're going to be talking about the stuff that you've made, and we're going to be reviewing it and talking about how to improve it and stuff like that. So make sure to share whatever you're making in the Discord group. And now I'm going to download all of my images really quickly. Super duper fun stuff. Again, I'm just going to really quickly download all of my images. If you guys have any questions at all related to UI design, make sure to leave them in the comments. Let's just get all of our images downloaded super duper quickly. It's still not downloading. Takes some time. Meanwhile, we've gotten a couple of really cool portfolios and case studies and projects and stuff that people have copied from this, sort of made from these UI design live streams, and it's all on Discord, so we're going to be reviewing that as well really quickly. Why are you not downloading? Download HTTP error. Can you just please download super duper quickly? You know what, this is going to take a lot of time to download, so I'm just going to get it from my own folder. If you don't have it downloaded, maybe take some time to download, because hopefully it's not going to take that long of a time for you. Let's just place this right here, and that's just going to change our image super duper quickly. Also, go back to A1 and B1 as images, and also just go to A1, cancel, get to A1, change our image, upload it from your computer, and just download all of the images that we're using. It's from the Discord group. I'm just going to get my images really quickly. I know it takes an extremely long amount of time, but the wait is so worth it. So we're just going to place this behind our image. Gives it the wonderful splash effect that we're all going for. Change the image really quickly, and also this is going to be a super fun effect. Let's just click on open, and that should hopefully make these things work. Let's just send it behind one. Again, if you guys like what we're doing here, make sure to like this video. Make sure to let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Super duper fun stuff. Make sure to get these slashes behind, and I was extremely bothered by the light weird green which we have, so we're just going to change that as well really quickly. Let's just make this as light as we possibly can without messing with our whole color scheme. Again, it's quite difficult to get greens right. I've always thought so, but it does start to work after a little while. So it's going to take some time, but then it's going to work. And this is one of the ways in which you can actually implement a radial gradient without getting into making a radial gradient. So again, super duper cool stuff. Let's just get these images sorted. Let's just download a couple of images, get this one, click on open, works perfectly, get another one. Also change this image. Again, we're going to have a lot of really complete SaaS app kind of UI builds coming up super duper soon. So if you guys have any suggestions, if you guys want to see any specific SaaS builds, let me know in the comments, because we're going to be doing an e-learning game sort of SaaS build extremely soon, and that's going to be a lot of fun, and it's also going to be very, very interactive compared to the stuff we have done on this channel. Just super duper fun overall. So just make sure to keep an eye out for that. Subscribe. If we complete 400 subscribers by 25th, we're going to have a super duper fun challenge for the beginners in UI design, and also something that will change their portfolio, take it to a completely different level. So we're just going to go right here, change this image, upload one from the computer, and also get all of these images. You can download all of these images from the Discord group. Make sure to join the Discord group, link in the live chat. And we're just going to shift these images around a bunch of times. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. We're finally going to start animating all of these images. This is the moment we've been waiting for, the moment that is just the true glory moment. And I'm just going to change this color because the visibility is honestly quite trash. This looks fine. This should work well. And also we should reduce this by now, because why not? This looks completely okay. All right, this looks good. This should work. I hope this works because I'm hoping for it. And now we're just going to try to see what happens at this current stage of animation, because this splash effect doesn't just happen instantaneously. This beautiful splash effect, if you see this corner, this beautiful splash effect doesn't happen without us doing anything. So right now, when you click on the next slide, let's just prototype that extremely quickly. And once our prototype effects are configured, we're going to start seeing a lot of improvement. You're going to use Smart Animate with the gentle timing feature, and once you've set these settings correctly, Figma will always remember them, and we're just going to get those configured super duper quickly as well. Again, really quickly, we're just going to prototype these, and this is the time the splash effect, the one we've been waiting for an extremely long amount of time, is going to happen. And this is the moment we've been waiting for. Complete moment of truth. Super duper fun stuff. Again, this works so well. Just check it out. Let's just check it out what happens when we start animating. So already we do see that these images are animating perfectly just the way we want them to, but there is no motion yet. We need to have splash effects. We need to have more motion. Right now everything is very static, and that definitely doesn't make me happy. So we're just going to have to work about switching these. Basically, all of these colors operate with 4 different circles. These circles have to be in one single group. So this has to be in one single group. Oops, let's just go to the first frame and go to the design tab. Let's just start animating the splash effect, the moment we've all been waiting for. Let's just place this inside, and let's just rename this to chocolate background, because that's the one we've honestly been making this for, chocolate background. And also we're just going to sort of repeat this a bunch of times, and I'm going to tell you why really quickly. Make sure your background circle is in the group of 3 circles, the 3 circles. This is quite hard to do in the beginning, but it just gets easier as you do more and more of these. And also it helps if you have a mouse. We're going to change this to STRAWBERRY, and also just repeat that a bunch of times for all of these different beautiful UIs. We're just going to drag this inside, take it, place it inside, and that's hopefully going to fix the whole animation issue. Again, we're going to go back right here, go to this circle, place it inside this group, and just repeat that a couple of times. Once we're done with that, we can just start animating super duper quickly. Let's just change this to vanilla, which is the background frame which we're working for, and we're going to change this to ORANGE. Let's just keep on changing the names until we are happy with what we've got. Super duper quickly change this frame to strawberry, and that's done. And now, since we want all of the splash effects to work wherever we are, we're going to take the group called strawberry, make it smaller, actually copy it, and then paste it inside of the other frame, make it extremely small, and then make sure to place it behind this image. So when we place this, right click and make sure to send it to back. When you place it behind the image, now when you start animating, it just gives you this beautiful splash effect. So the only thing you need to make sure of is the next slide, whatever the next slides group is, always has its circle in the next frame, so in the previous frame. So we're just going to take the green circle group and just make it even more smaller, place this behind this image, make it even more smaller, place this behind the image, right click and send to back, and this is going to animate things for us super duper simply. Again, the moment we've all been waiting for. We're going to copy this group, place it in the frame really simply, make it extremely small, place this in front of this image, make it extremely small. Once again, right click, send to back, and that hopefully should fix things for us. Make sure this is perfectly aligned in the center, otherwise it's not going to have the level of splash that you're hoping for. We're just going to get done with this really quickly. Again, join the Discord group, because that is where you can find all of these images, all of this super duper cool stuff. Make it extremely small, place it right here, and make sure to send it to the back. So you can just place your open square bracket key, click on your open square bracket key, and hopefully that should fix things for you. And this has to now go to, and we also have to keep the brown splash circle going. So we're just going to go right here, get this and place it behind our image, right click and send to back, and make it extremely smaller because it has to scale up. And once we've taken care of this, final moment of truth. Check this out, you guys. This is the complete splash effect working perfectly. But even now we are still lacking in one thing. Our color isn't getting smaller, so the current color isn't getting smaller before the next color becomes bigger. In order to do that, we're going to get our chocolate background for this one, go right here, place, let's just go to the chocolate background. Where do you go? We're going to get this and go to our next frame. So this is just going forward and going backwards. We're going to go to our next frame and make it extremely small as well. And now when we start animating, not only do we have this background on this slide, we also have this background on this slide. We're just going to send this to the back, and now we're going to start animating really quickly. This is the effect we're going for. It just becomes smaller and then it becomes bigger again. So we're just going to have to place our pink strawberry background, copy this, paste this in the next slide, make it extremely small, and also center align it, send it to back. And we're just going to have to repeat this a bunch of times. Again, if you guys have any questions related to UI design, you can leave them in the live chat or in the Discord group super duper quickly, super duper easily, no problems whatsoever. Let's just perfectly align this in the center, make it extremely small, and also send it to the back. So this is just done super duper quickly. You only need a couple of circle groups for this, just one behind, one in the front, and that's going to give you the perfect splash effect animation in the whole world. We're just going to send this behind everything. Again, let's just get our vanilla slider, and I believe that's the one we need to place in front of this next guy, and that's just the way this is going to be done. So we're just going to make this extremely small. Again, scale it down, send it to the back, perfectly align it to the center, and with that, I think this is it. Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. We have the best splash effect animation ever. So our previous frame goes and becomes smaller, our next frame just becomes bigger. If you're looking for extra animation to add, you can make it sort of rotate a little bit and make it work like that. This has been one of the most amazing UI design videos we've ever done on this channel. Make sure to subscribe, make sure to join the Discord group to get access to all of our wonderful assets for a complete period of 100 days, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, keep watching and keep designing.